Hello, this is Aura Walker, and I'm going to talk to you today about cultivating gratitude. And I'm going to fix my hair a little bit. Look at that. I'm going to talk to you about cultivating gratitude for the mundane moments in your life. And the reason that I am doing this broadcast is because I look around my house, I look around at the things in my house, and I sometimes get such a deep feeling of gratitude, of just being so grateful that I have a peaceful home, that I have a bed to sleep in every night that's comfortable and safe, and that my home is safe. When I think about people all over the world who cannot sleep in peace and who don't have a safe place, that sometimes in between events in my life, there are very mundane moments, between work and other tasks that I have to do. There can be some very dull moments, the waiting in between. And I have found that when I stop and look around and notice the things that I do have that I'm grateful for, that I get a really deep sense of gratitude and peace in my life. Hello there, Matya Jerry. And so I'm talking about finding gratitude in the mundane moments. And I'm broadcasting from my living room because sometimes being in one's living room in solitude can be very mundane. But when there's a sense of peace and really becoming aware of that peace in your life, there can be such a deep sense of gratitude. And when you start to be grateful about the things that you have in your life, whether it's a cup of coffee or a good meal, or just like I have a patio to sit on with plants, and I can go and buy new plants if I want. I can go and buy milk if I want. I can go out and get the mail if I want. I can go and walk around the block if I want. These mundane moments, these things that are not exciting, they're not as fabulous as the vacation that I had this summer, as traveling or going to fantastic and fun events. Those are all big moments that people tend to cling to and make a big deal about and live for. They live for the next big moment. And I think sometimes it's important, actually a lot of the time, most of the time it's important to just be in the moment of things that aren't huge, that are small, that are boring, that really are not huge events in our lives, that we can kind of say, hey, I'm lucky to be in my car right now. I'm lucky to have a car. I'm lucky to have a home. I'm lucky to have this drink in my hand. And to just really connect with the things that you do have in that moment, even if you're just outside and it's raining or the sun is shining, whatever's happening around you, to be able to connect to that experience and have gratitude for experiencing that experience in the moment. Now, for people who live in horrific war-torn countries or who are being tortured, there's a lot more challenge to being grateful for being in that moment. I would say that it's really challenging to be grateful for being in a war-torn country or for being enslaved, like in Mauritania, maybe that's how you say it, where the last country to abolish slavery is Mauritania. So be grateful. Be grateful for the boring moments. I mean, there are people in Mauritania that have been enslaved since they were 5 years old. And horrific experiences. As a trained Buddhist practitioner, which means that I'm not 100% Buddhist. I don't identify with one religion. Why? Because I don't believe in being enslaved to one belief system. I think it's important to be open to learning new things and to changing one's belief system based on reality and what makes sense. And sometimes indoctrinated religions don't flow or make sense in the present modern day or for future events. So you have to adjust your reality based on what makes sense in the moment and what is good, what feels nurturing, what feels supportive, what feels good to you. These are all important things to cultivate meaning in one's life. And the deepest happiness that one can find in one's life is to cultivate meaning. So if you can find meaning in the moment, in the simplest thing, looking down and seeing an ant, looking up and seeing a cloud. So people take hallucinogenic drugs, they take other drugs to try to connect to a deeper source, which is false. They don't need that if they would just take a deep breath and connect to themselves and to their surroundings. And again, if you're in Gaza or Mogadishu or Haiti, these are some of the places that have extreme conditions. It's going to be very, very difficult. But I imagine that those people in those situations, if they have something to lay down on, or a roof over their head, or some clean water to drink, that there's immense gratitude in those very, very simple things. So I have a tremendous amount of gratitude just for the things that I experience that are simple, very simple. And if you can start there with the very simple things, you can expand to a greater sense of gratitude. And I hope that more people will be able to look at this broadcast and connect with it on some level. Because I don't think that it's something that contemporary people talk about on a wide scale. I think people today are inundated with technology and frivolity and superficiality. And that's fine. That's all fun and it's fleeting and it's in the moment. But it's all like a Band-Aid. It just covers up the deeper source. So if you can connect to your own source, then you're going to find that you're going to have greater happiness in every moment of your life. And you're going to find that if you can connect to the small, mundane things to be grateful for, that then you're going to have more blessings in your life. You're going to realize that the blessings outweigh everything else. Enjoy practicing.